Chapter 5, The Art of Focus. Big goals can only be achieved with sustained concentration and focus on the most important aspects. All of the unessential things should be set aside because they take up valuable time without contributing much to the end result. Jeff Bezos once said, "We have had three big ideas at Amazon that we have stuck with for 18 years, and they are the reason we are successful. Put the customer first, invent, and be patient." While there are surely much more than just three reasons why Amazon became so successful, there is no arguing that it's Bezos' focus on the essence that made him so successful. You need to learn how to focus for three reasons. To motivate yourself to work on your big goal, if you don't break it down into smaller parts which affect the outcome the most, it might sound impossible to achieve. To improve your performance, the 80-20 rule applies to every single area of life. Most of the output will always be produced by just a few key factors. To accomplish your task, instead of straying off the path. If you don't know how to focus, distractions will lead you in a different direction you might not necessarily want to take. How do you focus and ensure big results with as little effort as possible? Let's start with the right approach to productivity. Strategic laziness. Richard Koch, one of the most successful British entrepreneurs and investors and best selling author of books about the 80-20 rule, credits much of his success to religiously following the philosophy of doing as little work as possible. As he explains in his book, Living the 80-20 Way, make a great mental leap, dissociate effort from reward. Focus on the outcomes that you want and find the easiest way to them with least effort, least sacrifice, and most pleasure. Concentrate on what produces extraordinary results without extraordinary effort. Be efficient but relaxed. First think results, then get them with least energy. Tim Ferriss, best selling author and successful angel investor, shares Coach's sentiments by writing in his book The 4-Hour Work Week. Slow down and remember this. Most things make no difference. Being busy is a form of mental laziness, lazy thinking, and indiscriminate action. Focused thinking is even more important when working on the big goals. If you want to achieve them, you can't afford to spend your mental energy and time thinking about the little details that have little to no impact. The more you simplify the goal you want to achieve, the easier and faster you will achieve it. Strategic laziness is simple. You focus exclusively on the actions that provide the best results and disregard everything else. The main challenge is to resist the temptation to do more. If you are hyperactive and can't just reduce the amount of hours worked, spend the additional hours working on an entirely different goal. I set a goal to become a best selling author with my first book, How to Build Self Discipline. When you research what some people believe is needed to make your book sell well, you will surely become overwhelmed. However, when you dig deeper and focus on the most important aspects of writing a book and marketing it, it becomes simple. I disregarded all the little details like starting a blog, releasing press releases, being active on social media, and so on. Instead, I put focus on doing my best when writing the book and picking just a couple of marketing techniques to focus on. 2 weeks after I published this book, it reached #1 in two big categories and appeared on the list of hot new releases along with other best selling books. I have achieved this goal precisely because I chose to ignore all the little details that would only take away my time and energy from what works best. It's a lazy person's approach, but it's a smart laziness. I didn't have to work 12 hours every single day to have a successful book launch. I had plenty of time to recharge my creative energy and put it into writing my next book. The alternative was certain burnout with either similar or worse effects. Exponential results. In his book Bold, How to Go Big, Create Wealth, and Impact the World, Peter Diamandis explains how exponential results are the driving force behind every single big achievement. One of the greatest examples is Moore's law, which states that every 12 to 24 months the number of integrated circuits on a transistor doubles. As Diamandis points out, the smartphone in your pocket is a thousand times faster and million times cheaper than a supercomputer from the 1970s. If you want to achieve big goals quickly, you need to start thinking in terms of exponential growth rather than linear growth. Linear growth is when 1 becomes 2, which becomes 3, which becomes 4, and so on. And exponential growth is when 1 becomes 2, which becomes 4, which becomes 8, and so forth. If you take 20 linear steps, you will walk about 30 meters or yards. If you take 20 exponential steps, you will be approximately 524 kilometers or 325 miles away. The key to exponential growth is replication by technology and other people. Obviously, you can't apply this approach to personal changes. You can't lose weight or learn a language exponentially, but it's useful to remember it when building your business or other organization. Exponential growth is a perfect example of applying focus to your goals. Instead of starting right away and performing slow, menial jobs, you find a way to perform the same job faster and with less effort. Think more, act less. In his best selling book, Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less, Greg McKeown writes, to discern what is truly essential, we need space to think, time to look and listen, permission to play, wisdom to sleep, and the discipline to apply highly selective criteria to the choices we make. The process of exploring and comparing different ways of accomplishing your goals effectively is more important than the action itself. In today's fast moving world, many people believe that if you are busy, you are important. But how often do we stop and ask ourselves if what we are doing is even worth doing? The whole purpose of setting big goals is to grow as a person. In order to grow, you need to get results. Never mistake motion for action. A rocking horse moves, but I have yet to see a kid who has traveled anywhere on it. Make it your regular habit to go outside and spend an hour or so with your thoughts alone. By putting some distance between you and the rapid moving world, you will be able to focus more on the big picture and less on the small details that don't matter. The vast majority of my most useful insights came from the periods of time when I was relaxed and wasn't even consciously thinking about how to achieve my goals. When your mind relaxes, your subconscious somehow gives you the right answer. Once, I struggled to find the topic for my next book. Instead of spending hours brainstorming new ideas, I decided to relax a little and let my creativity work behind the scenes. One day, I woke up in the middle of the night and came up with the perfect idea of my next book. My brain worked while I was asleep. I found the solution to my problem with almost no effort. That's the exact same kind of help you need to solve the problems that will lead you to big achievements. Two books in which I talk more about thinking more and acting less are How to Have More Time, Practical Ways to Put an End to Constant Busyness, and Design a Time Rich Lifestyle, and Pure and Simple, How to Simplify Your Life, Do Less and Get More. Get in the zone. In positive psychology, flow is the mental state in which you are fully immersed in the process. It's the state of perfect focus when you concentrate on nothing but the activity you perform. According to psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, there are three important conditions for the state of flow to occur. First, the activity you perform must have a clear goal. Without knowing the direction you are going, you won't achieve flow. Second, you must receive clear and immediate feedback. If you can't judge your performance, you won't be able to maintain the state of flow. And third, you must be confident in your abilities to complete the task you are performing. The perceived difficulty of the task can't be much higher than your perceived skills. These three things are the key to increasing your focus while working on your goals. Flow can be most easily applied to education, for instance, when you are learning a foreign language and sports, achieving fitness related goals. Stephen Kotler, author of The Rise of Superman, Decoding the Science of Ultimate Human Performance, says that taking risks drives focus into the now and helps achieve the state of flow. Pushing your limits by thinking bigger leads to increased focus, which in turn leads to better performance. Striving to achieve the biggest goals possible, usually by following the approach of fail fast or fail forward, will help you increase your focus and achieve results more quickly. Another trigger of flow is novelty and unpredictability. Automated behaviors won't get you in the state of flow. For this reason, find ways to bring more variety and novelty to what you are doing. If you are learning a new language, cramming a list of verbs every single day, you won't get you in the state of flow, while a challenging conversation with a native speaker will. Driving your car to work is a largely automated behavior. Driving a race car on a demanding racetrack is how you get into the flow. Kotler also adds that engaging all your senses in the task at hand is another condition to get into the state of deep flow. It's easiest to engage all the senses in spots where the situation requires you to be aware of everything around you. In other areas of life, developing more self awareness by meditation can help you learn how to get more aware of different sensory sources around you. Psychologist Owen Scaffer adds one more condition to achieve flow: freedom from distractions. Block the world around you as much as you can while performing your task. Silence your phone, close the door of your room, and clear your schedule so you won't think about the incoming obligation. Now, the art of focus, a quick recap. First, strategic laziness is vital to help you achieve your goals more quickly and with less effort. By disassociating effort from reward, you will produce more results with less sacrifice that would eventually negatively affect other areas of your life. Second one, putting focus on exponential growth can take you from zero to a huge accomplishment much more quickly than you believe. When working on goals in which you can replicate yourself, spend more time thinking how to achieve exponential results rather than following the traditional mindset of linear growth. Third one, never mistake motion for action. People who are busy don't get better results than people who work less, and they are usually depleted of energy. Fourth, make it a regular habit to take a break and look at your problems from distance. Spending time in nature away from everyone else is conducive to introspection. Fifth one, flow is a state of mind in which you have perfect focus on the task at hand. In order to achieve the state of flow, you need to have a clear goal, get instant feedback, and be challenged, but not so much that you start doubting in your abilities. Sixth one, taking risks and pushing your limits is another trigger to get in the zone. Don't be afraid to try things that are likely to result in a failure. Your perception of them will change once you enter the state of flow. Seventh is novelty and variety help you achieve flow, while automation and boredom will decrease your focus. Find ways to make your routine more unpredictable to increase the chance of getting into the zone. Eighth, flow is easier to achieve when you engage all the senses on the task at hand. If you struggle with paying attention to different stimuli around you, consider practicing meditation to increase your self awareness. Ninth and last one, freedom from distractions will help you achieve a deeper state of flow. Make your surroundings as distraction free as possible.